Man, what is it like to officially become a part of Red Bull KTM?
It's a day that I've been waiting for. Like I've been chomping at the bit for this. So here we are. We just did some riding earlier, and it's very refreshing to be here and be surrounded with the team that I have.
Right. Can you walk me through some of your early impressions with the team and with the bike?
It's been good. It's been good so far. Like this is a great platform to start with. Just sitting on the bike, I feel like it's in a good spot and the right fit for me. I'm gonna talk about like the rider triangle, like where my foot pegs are, my bars, and my seat. For me, it's been a very comfortable start.
In comparison to your transition from Kawi to Yamaha and then now Yamaha to KTM, how would you describe the transition initially?
It's just the fit of the bike is something that I really like, and it's I like the way that I can also squeeze this bike, the way my legs are around the tank, and even just the way I can squeeze the frame. I feel like it's a nice rider triangle straight up. In my opinion, a lot of the brands are actually getting too skinny, and this bike is not that. I feel like this bike is really good in that department.
How does the power compare? I mean, I know you guys are on 450, so most of the time you probably are taming back the bikes of what they're capable a little bit. Mm-hmm. How would you describe the power delivery on KTM versus Yamaha?
My first impression of this is the torque on this bike is outstanding. And the power is very usable through the whole range, but the big standout for me has been the torque on this bike is incredible. Yep.
Right. So you'd mentioned this when they were kind of introing you guys. This feels like a factory team. Can you talk to me a little bit about like the components that come into play and why you would say that?
Just the showing up to this race shop, seeing it. Seeing the workbenches, the dyno rooms, the suspension room, the parts room, and then just seeing the build of this bike. To me, it's one of the most aesthetically like pleasing bikes to look at, and just looks pure factory to me. And it is, man. It's a factory race bike.
Right. So it's been kind of up in the air. You said, this is maybe my last year. Do you have an outline of what your next couple of years are going to look like? Are you racing through 2027 or is that still up in the air? You're in.
Well, sorry, I'm in the twilight of my career. So this year I'm on a 1-year deal. If I win Supercross, I can get a renewal if I want it. It'd be like an auto renewal basically. Right. So we'll see. But for now, it's a 1-year deal.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Did you think that your career was going to extend as long as it has? And with it extending this long, it seems like you're just having a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. How have you kept it fun through these last 5 years?
I think just as I've gotten older, you appreciate the moment more, and I've hit these certain goals and accomplishments, and I've just enjoyed the ride, really. Straight up, like just enjoying the ride. And yeah, I'm going to turn 33 in like 2 weeks. So yeah, but somehow that's all of a sudden here, and like, wow, I've been in the 450 class for close to 15 years now. I mean, not 15, 10, 11 years. But yeah, just enjoying it.
AP, walk me through how recovery's been with your injury.
Yeah. So, I mean, haven't really done too much. After Spring Creek, I just went and actually me and my wife the week after went to a resort and just kind of chilled, let my body relax a little bit. But at first it was kind of stressful because didn't really know what was happening, what was going on. I just felt like I should have been out there, but I wasn't, and that kind of sucked a lot. But after I calmed down and let the body just kind of do its thing, started feeling a lot better. And then over the last couple of weeks, I've just kind of took the time to hang with the family. We traveled to see some people, my family, and my son actually got to race his first race. And then, so that was at my dad's track, so that was pretty cool. And then, just kind of cruising, man, not doing too much. In the last week and a half, got back to kind of somewhat training, but just kind of rolling back into it.
So how long have you been back on the bike?
This is my 4th day. My first day was last week on Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah.
So not much time at all.
Yeah,
You're
not
great.
much. Yeah, I took it was close to eight or 9 weeks off.
Right.
Like completely off the bike, didn't touch the dirt bike. So it was nice, but I think my wife.
I'm sure your body was thanking you.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
So you started out this year super strong. I'm sure it's your intent to carry that into this year, but just walk me through kind of your mindset, where you're at, how you're feeling coming into this season right now.
Feeling good, man. I mean, I'm excited for these next couple weeks and this next pretty much 2 months getting ready for A1. But yeah, man, my plan is to start off hot. Start off like I did in, 23, and hopefully, get another red plate and hopefully keep it for a little bit longer than I did last time. But no, the plan is to, learn as much as I can from this new teammates that I got, and just try to kill it, man.
Yeah, so talk to me about what it's like. I'm sure you haven't spent that much time with him yet, but just having the opportunity to be teammates with Eli Tomac, I'm sure you're pretty stoked, but just walk me through what you're feeling on that.
No, I think it's awesome. I really, really do, and I really think that the team, and including myself, is going to learn a lot from this guy, because he's one of the best, if not the best. Yeah. So, I think we're going to be able to learn a lot from him. Who knows, maybe I can teach him a thing or two.
I was going to say, is it kind of that oh man, this is awesome to have him on my team. Oh man, he's on my team. I got to race this guy. Mixed feelings a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. But I've raced him now for quite a few years, and I know how fast he is. And, I've beaten him before, and he's obviously beaten me before, but no, I think, together, I know we won't ride all the time together, but when we do ride together, I think, we can learn from one another, and who knows?
Right.
I think it'll be really good.
So you didn't get much Supercross this year. Is it coming back naturally, or are you a little rusty? How are you feeling on Supercross?
I mean, I'm to be honest, I'm feeling a lot better than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Yesterday was my first day riding out here, and got off the track, and the boys were like, "Man, you look a lot better than we thought you would."
Is that a compliment or an insult?
That's what I was like. I was like, "Thanks, boys," but but I didn't forget how to ride, even though I thought I was going to. But but no, it's definitely a compliment. So it makes me feel good, and I think my confidence is still there, especially with taking some time off. I think last year, going into Supercross, it just seemed like really sketchy to me for some reason, and I think I was going for so long and just kind of overdid my brain, overcooked my brain pretty much on Supercross, and I just didn't really like the feeling of riding it. But now that I've taken this time off, I was more than excited to get back on the bike, and I feel like that's kind of changed my outlook on Supercross. So I'm really excited for it.
Do you feel like being the guy that's kind of, for a while you were chasing that first win, then you got that win, now you capture the points lead for a little bit, right on that cusp of somebody that's a top 3, top 5 contender week in and week out to championship contender? Do you feel like you were pushing so hard that you were kind of just mentally spun out a little bit, or?
Nah, I think collectively over the years, it started in 23. I did most of the races in 23, and then I think I only missed 3 or 4 races in the end of Supercross, and maybe even 3. And then the next year, well, I did MXON that October or whatever, and then the next year did the same. Like did all of the races, and then did MXON after that too. So I kind of tallied it up, and over the last 3 years, if I would have finished out this year, that would have been 3 years on the bike, or 3 years with 5 weeks off the bike.
Wow.
Altogether. So I was like, man, I think my brain, my body, everything was just like, hey, dude, just kind of chill for a little bit. Yeah, just take it easy for a minute.
Yeah, I'm sure your body was thanking you. And that's exciting. So I guess, last thing, just coming in, are you going to just be coming out swinging, or are you going to get the feel for it? Just talk to me about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to. I'd like to come out swinging and start off really, really hot. And, you can't win the championship on the first night, but you can definitely make it a lot harder for yourself to win it. So I think, just get starts and be consistent is my biggest thing. I've always been the one to, go up and down, like get a podium here and like finish 9th here, and then just go all over the map. So my ultimate goal is to, get really good starts, be up front with the good guys, and then, just be really consistent. And if I can do that, I think I'll be, in the championship hunt, if not, hopefully have the red plate. I've raced these guys for long enough now, and I think I can, beat most of them. But I just got to put my mind to it and believe I can do it.
All right, Jorge. Man, back with the KTM group. Just walk me through what's that like? You were on that in the GP days, came over, raced a few Supercross, switched to a different team. Now you're back. How do you feel?
Yeah, so this will be my 14th season with Red Bull KTM. So it's a lot of time already with them, and obviously feels amazing to get back to my roots, to a bike that I really feel comfortable with. So I'm very excited for the 26th season. Super happy to be able to have this opportunity again to race for them and continue our story together. So it's very nice.
Was there much of a transition period for you, or was it snap right back on what feels comfortable?
I was actually day one already. Lap one felt like, okay, this is home, right? And that feels amazing when everything it's clicking. It's a good feeling.
What would you say your favorite thing about just the Austrian brand? Like, what makes it feel like home for you?
I would say the mentality. I would say the mentality of the working mentality. KTM, it's ready to race, right? And you can feel it in the company. You can feel like it's a racing company. They're here to win. And I feel that as soon as I now got back with them, I could feel it straight away. So I'm here to win as well, and that's why I think we are a good match.
Right. So coming into 2026, do you feel like it'll be a challenge to put 2025 behind you, or have you already done the work to put that past you and it's just moving straight forward?
Like it's pretty crazy that as soon as I jumped on the KTM, I kind of forgot my 25 season and everything that happened. So I'm actually very, very happy, and I think 26 will be a very interesting year for me. Hopefully we can race all Supercross season, as we don't have a lot of experience on that. And I think coming into outdoors, I have a clear goal, which is getting the title. So very exciting for next year.
Now, you raced all of outdoors. What did you like about outdoors? Like, was there some big positives that you could take away from outdoors?
Yeah, I think right now I know the trucks, right? I know the layout, so it will be easier for me. I know what to expect for next year, coming to different rounds. So it was actually pretty hot all year long for outdoors. We don't race in these conditions back in Europe, but it's something you get used to it. The tracks are very nice, good preparation. I actually love outdoors. I had a lot of fun riding those tracks.
Right. Yeah. So like even equipment aside, all that stuff aside, You mentioned the heat. Was there anything like the soil or like what was the biggest challenge for you, equipment aside?
I think actually the tracks here in the U.S. should be better than the ones we were racing back in Europe. It's a bit like a softer dirt, and I love the ruts. So all of them are very ruddy. So I think with KTM next year, we will do some very good races.
Right. So you'd even mentioned this. You didn't get a lot of Supercross last year. Do you feel like it's coming back to you naturally, or has that been a little bit of a challenge getting back on Supercross?
I mean, Supercross is still new to me. I barely have experience riding Supercross or racing it. So every day it's a new day with new opportunities to get better and learn new stuff. So I think that every day I get on the bike, I'm just learning stuff about the track and about how to hit certain sections of the track. So, but no, I'm getting very comfortable on it. And I think, for next year, we can do some, I think in some races we can do some good results, but obviously I don't have the experience of those guys. So hopefully race by race we make some progress, and hopefully at the end of the year we can be pretty strong.
Talk to me about your teammates. How do you feel about having AP and Eli Tomac as your two?
Yeah. Well, I think Red Bull KTM has a very, very strong 450 team. With Eli, he already won a ton of championships and obviously has a lot of experience. So it's great to have a guy like him, a great reference for us. And always AP been on the team already for some years now, so has also the experience of racing Supercross. So I think I'm surrounded by very good riders, and we have good. It's a good vibe in the truck. So I think we can make a good year for KTM.
How are we doing right now? Just take me through how you're feeling, what's your spirits like. You've been off the bike for 2 months. Where are you at mentally?
Mentally, really well. I'm doing I think the best I've done since Supercross. Outdoors, I think I wasn't really all there, and I think right now I'm in the best spot mentally that I could be in. I've been enjoying a lot of time just watching the guys at the track, watching everyone train, trying to learn a little bit, rewatching races, and then obviously therapy with Dr. G 6 days a week. So I'm really happy with where I'm at, and I couldn't be happier with the progress we made.
Right. So let me get all in all, recovery's been going well. Take me through what your recoveries look like.
It's gone really well. Dr. G is extremely happy with where we're at physically, where my back has gotten to, and he thinks we're pretty ahead of where we should be. So that's gone extremely well. I think the biggest thing now is just obviously waiting for it to heal, and then getting all the hardware removed.
Right. So you're not expected to be back on the bike for a good amount of time. Is outdoors a goal for you right now?
Outdoors is the plan. The plan is that I'll return for outdoors. Yes.
Gotcha. So looking back, I guess, what were your positive takeaways from this 2025 season?
Supercross was really well. I started off exactly where I thought I should have been, winning races on the podium every weekend, and I had that little slump in the middle of the Supercross season, which I needed to work on. I obviously had the shoulder injury, and then I think I lost a lot of weight at one point to where I got pretty skinny and I was a little bit out of energy. And then I got it back, had a good last 2 rounds of Supercross, good first 2 rounds of outdoors, and after the high point crash, really my season derailed a little bit. But overall, I think I'm not really looking at how outdoors went. I'm looking more at obviously those first 2 rounds of outdoors where I showed I had some good speed outdoors, and then Supercross where I showed I'm capable of fighting for championships. So I think looking back, I did a lot of things that as a little kid I never could have thought was possible. So I just tried to take the positives from it and move on.
How much would you say you learned this past year just on the mental side of things? What are some takeaways that you have, like, okay, I can bring this into my coming seasons?
Don't look at Instagram. My biggest thing is, and even since I've been on and off, but more recently, I've completely deleted Instagram. I think that stuff's just, you're asking for trouble in a sense. So for me, I'm more just try to focus on myself now. Handle and control what I can control. The biggest thing is, as I think in Supercross, I went too much to the Instagram like drama instead of just letting it go and doing more of my work on the track. So I think if I would have changed anything, it was just focus on what I can focus on and focus on what I can control, and that'll be the best version of myself.
Right, so just not gauging in the banter or the controversy, just staying in your lane and focusing on performance.
Yeah, I think obviously like some of the videos, like the A2 video was pretty funny. Like there's some things that I think that you can do, but I think on my side of things I took it a little too far, obviously. I don't regret some of the things I posted, but I just wouldn't do it again. Like I think for me I joined in too much on the fun, and I was honestly like, I was like texting like, oh, should I post this? Not, should I maybe go and train? So, I mean, it's not like I wasn't training. I was training, but it was like, I'll be like mid bike ride posting it. Like,
right.
I'm mid bike ride on my phone.
And when your mind is revolving around that, it's gonna just kind of eat you up.
Yeah.
Positively or negatively, it's just gonna consume your mind, and you're thinking about, how do I, get back, or how do I?
What should I post today? Middle of a bike ride. Oh, what should I do today? I think I'm gonna post this. Like, I don't know. It's just dumb games, and I think I should have just focused on my own stuff.
Right. I think that's super mature to recognize maybe I shouldn't engage in that, and to moving forward not engage in that so much. I think a lot of people, they can get stuck in that, and it can eat them up inside. But for you to have the mentorship around you and to recognize that yourself, that's, I think, a huge step in the right direction.
Yeah, for sure. And I think obviously, like, not even just the posting that, like, I think the posting doesn't really affect you negatively, but just having social media in general, when you have access to your account, you have access to read your DMs, like, and not just from like the person you're like competing with. That stuff I didn't really care about. It was more so like, dude, I'd wake up one morning, I got my address DM'd to me. Like, I got people saying they're going to show up to my house. Like, that stuff's, in my eyes, that's not okay. Like, you're just random people sending you your address. Like, fair enough, I may have posted someone's address on Instagram. Probably wasn't a bright idea. But, like, when you wake up and you got people saying, like, I'll be sitting outside your house, like all this stuff, and then you almost like, you're like paranoid about it.
Right.
So
it brings extra stress to a situation that is already stressful, which is racing dirt bikes. You got enough to worry about when you're racing. You don't need to worry about people.
Well, and especially when you're leaving, like you're not home every weekend. You leave on the weekends. You're like, I wonder if like my house is going to get broken into, or like there's so many variables that come into things like that. So for me, it was like I was in a spot of like, so I race and I fly home on Sunday and I sit in the plane and I read a bunch of DMs about how people are, how many people hate me, want to show up to my house and kill me. Like that, I feel like that takes more energy than racing. Like you beat yourself up so much on it, and then you're like, you get home and you're like, hopefully there's no one in my house. Like, so for me, I just get completely away from it and try to focus on what I can control and what I'm doing. And I think that for me is the best move.
Right. So now that you are the sole factory 250 rider for KTM, does that change anything for you mentally, or like what does that do for you? Being the one guy to hold it down.
I think it's good for me. Obviously, I think like you have those moments when you have a teammate. Like if I had a bad race, like understandably, I was like upset about it, but it wasn't like one of those, because like I felt like in a sense I could always rely on Tom. Like Tom was a top 3 guy. The chances of him being outside of the top 5 weren't very feasible. So you have those moments of like, yeah, I got 14th today, but at least the team's not going to be like, it's not going to be a bad mood because like either Tom did great, like you never know. So I think for me, being the sole guy, it puts a lot of emphasis on executing each weekend. And I mean, if you have a bad night, it's all on you. Like there's no other guy to fall back on. So for me, I think that is extremely important.
It seems like you spend a lot of time trying to remove every possible excuse. Social media, having a teammate, oh, at least he did good. Is that like something that you've been working on, just removing every potential excuse that can prevent you from like justifying a poor performance? Is that something that you're thinking about?
Yeah, 100%. I think there's so many excuses you can possibly make on why you had a bad night. And I don't think in my eyes, yeah, I might have a shoulder issue or I might have this, but I don't want to come back to the truck after a bad night and be like, well, I didn't ride good because of this, or I didn't ride good because of that. For me, that's not how I am. And I want to come back and say, I didn't ride good because I sucked tonight. It was on me. I didn't do good tonight. I didn't execute how I was supposed to execute. And for me, that is something I've been working a lot on. I don't want to come back and say, oh, I was stressed out because of something I seen on Instagram today. Or I don't want to, like, there's so many things that you could possibly use an excuse for. So for me, it's trying to eliminate every possible scenario that I could have and try to put everything on myself. Focus on what I can control and focus on my riding and what I need to do.